Happy Monday evening, everyone. It's 21 News Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm here with a fresh edition of the Valley's most detailed and geeky weather forecast video heading into this third week of October, and we're on a roll weather-wise. It has been just absolutely glorious over the last few days with not a cloud in the sky for much of the time. We'll start out this evening with a time-lapse view of the sunset at the Canfield Fairgrounds this evening, our sunset this evening. Still during the 6 o'clock hour. That's about to change in a couple of weeks. But in the meantime, this is what the scene looked like. It was a cloud-free sunset out there this evening, and we'll hang on to a crystal clear sky overnight tonight. Now, 2 weeks from tonight, it'll be a different story because our sunset will be at 5:13. That's because we have the return of Standard Time the day before this. On the third day of November, we will see the clocks going backwards at 2 a.m. Sunday morning, and that'll make for an earlier sunrise, closer to 7 a.m. instead of closer to 8 a.m. But the sun sets, of course, get an hour earlier, and that starts a process that, of course, continues right up through December. We'll have pre-5 p.m. sunsets by that third week of November. It's not everyone's favorite time of the year when it comes to the way things look late in the day when it's getting dark out already at 5 and 5:15 p.m. In the meantime, hopefully you've been taking advantage of this beautiful weather we've had of late and checking out some of the fall foliage. We are near peak now in most of eastern Ohio and western PA. Maybe not quite at peak, our true peak as a region, but it'll occur probably this week, that true peak. And a week from today, these maps, of course, courtesy of our friends at explorefall.com. They provide a great service, and usually their maps are right on the money. And I would expect a week from today, a lot of us to be past peak, especially maybe as you get into some of the higher terrain of Pennsylvania. We may still hang on to some pretty decent colors into the first half of next week in a lot of our viewing area. But you know how it goes. By the time Halloween rolls around, most of the best colors are over with at that point, and the trees are really shedding their leaves pretty rapidly. All right, clear skies for miles and miles and miles. High pressure is in charge, and this high has been here for a few days now. You have to head up into Michigan to find any clouds, and to find any precipitation, you got to go clear out into the middle of the country here around Omaha, where we have some showers and even some rare October thunderstorms. Now, we reached 77 for our official high at the airport today. We have 79 in our forecast for Tuesday. Not out of the realm of possibility, of course, that we hit 80. If we do hit 80, it would be the latest 80-degree temperature in a fall season around here since 2012. Here's the list of the last 10 years. Our 30-year average is September 28th. Last year, we had our last 80 the first week of October, and we had it on September 21st. Back in 2022, even earlier than that, in 2020, we had our last 80 on September the 12th. So, you know, whenever I show you lists like this, there's usually a pretty big variety of dates, and this is no exception, but the 30-year average is at the very end of September, so this would be pretty late in the season to see an 80 if we do get that. Tomorrow, an 80 is the record high for the 22nd day of October. We'll start the day under a crystal clear sky. There will be a few cirrus clouds streaming in from the west tomorrow. It won't be perfectly sunny like it has been most of the last 3 days, but still a very, very nice day coming our way on Tuesday. All right, this next cold front will come through with a little fanfare late in the day on Wednesday. You'll notice the breeze Wednesday. It'll be a breezy day ahead of this front, but there's not much moisture to work with, and so could there be a shower towards the end of the afternoon into early evening on Wednesday? Yeah, but it's a low-end chance, and even if it does rain in your community, it's not going to rain for very long, and it won't be very much in the way of wet weather. This front will bring some more typical October weather back to our area for a couple of days at the end of the week. This will be a nice day Thursday, with high temperatures Thursday in the 50s, a crisp fall day with a good deal of afternoon sunshine. There'll be some lake effect clouds around, probably for a time into Thursday morning. Our next fast-moving weather system then on Friday into Friday night could bring us a return of some showers. All right, we're within 10 days of Halloween now, and so we can start speculating on the general pattern for the end of the month. And I don't think this will be a Halloween this year in which the kids will be bundled up and trudging through snow or anything like that. And I say that because the pattern is going to become pretty amplified again next week. This is a week from today, next Monday. We have a digging trough out here in the west. And downstream of that, the atmosphere reacts and a ridge starts building in the eastern U.S. And so while I think it'll be coolish to seasonable at the end of the week and into the weekend, I think we've got some warm weather coming our way again next week. This is a look at next Tuesday. Here's where the weather looks cool and unsettled, and with this kind of a pattern with a ridge popping up over the East Coast. It's going to be warmer than average, I think, for much of next week, including probably right around Halloween time. Now, at the end of October, that doesn't mean it's going to be 85 degrees or anything like that, but upper 60s to around 70, sure. I could see that pretty easily towards the end of October. By the way, speaking of longer range forecasts, just a reminder in case you haven't watched Weather Geeks much lately, we'll do our annual winter forecast coming up in just a few weeks. It'll be 3 weeks from tonight, in fact, Monday, November the 11th. Short version, to the point. That's the TV version that goes on 21 News at 5, 6, and 11. The extended version, kind of in the same vein as Weather for Weather Geeks, that'll go online after the 6 o'clock newscast. Look for that on YouTube, and I'll link to it on all my social media outlets that evening, Monday, November the 11th. So that's coming up 3 weeks from tonight. In the meantime, thank you for watching this Monday evening edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you right back here on Tuesday. Have a great rest of your night.